I want to transition here to Team Tuesday. It's when we take the time. And if you don't want to take the time to talk about the teams that I root for, you don't like it, skip ahead. It's real easy. So, speaking of, though, that gambling advice Will gave you and some I'm going to give you, I think Denver legitimately is the best bet of the week. Denver +7 against the New York Jets is the best bet of the week. Look, I can sit there and tell you how, first off, from a fan experience, scoring 26, beating up Tampa, how great that felt, but y'all don't really care, and that's cool. And normally I don't care about what other people care about during Team Tuesday. That is for me, for the teams I root for. That's just how I do it. But I want to sit there and I said the best bet of the year was going to be one of the best bets of the year was Denver +6 Seattle. That would have pushed. But this one I feel even better about now that we got some games in. Look, the Jets are 2-1, Denver's 1-2. But who are the Jets 2-1 against? Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans. And then the New England Patriots. Are you really 2-1 if those are your two wins? Like, you be the probably the worst quarterback going, and a guy in Jacoby Brissett who's a career backup and is going to be backup again once they're willing to give the ball to to Drake May. They already tried the Mac Jones thing. Denver is 1-2, but look at who Denver's played. And this is where I think this matters. And this is going to be the ultimate test of strength of schedule. Like, if there's ever been a strength of schedule game, Denver's opponents are 8-1. 8-1. With the one loss being against Denver. Tampa's 2-1 with an impressive Baker Mayfield throwing 4 touchdowns to start the season off. Then that big game against the Lions. Then he got smacked by Denver. The Steelers were 3-0 with the league's #1 defense. And a team who is better than everyone expected to start the season, especially 3-0 Seattle Seahawks with the second best defense in the league. So Denver has played the #1 and #2 defense in the league. Bo Nix struggled. Shock. Rookie quarterback playing the top 2 defenses. New York. Now, and here's the thing with the Jets. Not just that they're 2-1 against lesser competition. This is going to be a really bad matchup for them. New York needs to get the ball. Aaron Rodgers has to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Why? His O-line is shaky. He's not mobile at 40 and can't extend plays. And he's got to get the ball to receivers quickly. Well, Garrett Wilson's going against Patrick Surtain. They don't have a great secondary receiver. So Riley Moss, McQuillan, Denver secondary, P.J. Locke, who's a top 5 rated safety right now by PFF. Denver secondary's played great. Denver's getting pressure. 7 sacks against Baker Mayfield. Rodgers is going to have to make these really quick split-second decisions because he's not going to. Denver has the 5th, or is a top 5 in pressure and sack percentage this season. Denver on offense. Now, the New York Jets defense, by the way, I know there's a national narrative going around that Pat Surtain is struggling because there's a couple penalties against George Pickens. Have y'all seen Sauce Gardner so far this year? Oh, well, he looked great on Thursday night. It's the Patriots. Who was he locking up on the Patriots? Like, let's be real. But Sauce through 3 games has not been a top-tier corner or an elite corner. Now, again, he's still 3 games does not make or break your career, so he still clearly is one of the best corners in the game. But he's got to deal with Cortland Sutton, 6'4", LaJordan Humphrey, who's coming on, 6'4", the tight end. Hopefully, Greg Dulcich isn't dropping passes anymore. But Denver, from a pass rush perspective, running up against the Jets' offensive line, which still is not very good, which is why they have to play a certain way, which is run the ball, quick passes. Denver's not giving up a lot running the ball since that 4th quarter in Seattle. That's where the majority of their yards came up running the ball. They have a pass rush. Zach Allen, Jonathan Cooper. They're blitzing at a high percentage because they can trust their corners, Riley Moss, Pat Surtain, McQuillan, in one-on-one coverage. They have a safety playing at an elite level, P.J. Locke. Like, Denver's defense, besides one bad 4th quarter in Seattle, has been great. New York defense, which is supposed to be a top 5 defense, has not been. So, and what happened in week 1 with the Jets? The Niners, they were dominating at the line of scrimmage. Denver's going to be able to do that. Their pass rush versus the New York offensive line. Denver's only struggle potentially here is they've had issues running the ball, but with the Tyler Bidet Second half being more included in the offense, getting 8 yards a carry. It seems like it's more of a player issue than a scheme issue. Sean Payton seems like he finally has his groove, got the ball, first possession of the game, go right down the field, score a touchdown. They dominated Tampa, who I think is a better team than New York currently. They dominated them on offense, defense, offensive line, secondary versus receivers. Mike Evans had a catch on Surtain. And again, here's the bigger thing. +7. Where did the Jets get off being a +7? +7 is for teams that are vastly different. You're going to tell me the New York Jets are in an entirely different tier than Denver right now? With their 40-year-old quarterback and their extremely predictable offense due to the lack of the mobility of said 40-year-old quarterback? Freest bet of the year, guys. Denver +7.